Western Kenya, on the shores of Lake Victoria, live more than 4 million members of the Luo tribe. HIV has hit the Luo particularly hard, with infection rates above 20% in some parts of Luo land.
The Luo community are basically fishing people. We are right on the lake. The activities here mostly are fishing or fish trade. The women do fish retailing. Most of the men are fishermen. Most of the community here are very poor. And most of these girls come from very poor families where if they get 2 meals in a day, it is exception. They don't have basic things that a normal girl in town would take for granted, like having sanitary pads, having things like soap. So if they get people like the fishermen, who are the ones who have money, because they're the rich people in the community, and they are able to buy for them something like soap, they will exchange sex for soap. Maybe it is a cup of tea, because a cup of tea is not something that people have every day in this community. It's something special. And if it is with bread, that is even more special. And if he asks for sex in exchange, they don't see what's the problem. After all, it's something I'm going to do just once and I'll have what I want.
In Luo tradition, girls in puberty went to a grandmother's house to learn about sexuality. And boys went to a grandfather's. But in recent years, these traditions have faded as youth and elders have become increasingly disconnected.
We found that there was really no communication. The old people were sitting back saying, these young people, they're messy, the girls are getting pregnant, the young men are going into drugs, they are into alcohol. Nobody's listening to us. We cannot talk to them. And when we talked to the young people, they were saying the old people know nothing. The only thing that they want to do is lecture you. They want to tell you how they used to do things long time ago. And this is not long time ago. They were not talking. So we decided to come up with this program where the young people and the old people could come together so that there could be a dialogue. When there's a dialogue, at least the young people don't feel scared to go to talk to old people if they have a problem. And likewise, the old people are able to go and talk to the young people.
Before mamanadada revived this tradition of elders teaching the youth about sexuality and relationships, the young people were going around without knowing who to ask about these things. Now they've taken our traditional ways and have revived them in a new way.
Titi mama pio mondubel kode kako bed dino. Tidumba imano. Emenem kamzeni owadwa kata enwurwa to aunge gidyo to en gidyo. Tiji mane yo oyaro no ka obian ko ka wun mare ma ramogi. Ye mondo nke chonge credit chaunge to nyako ni berni. Kide no ko ngadu wufe dalaki. Tuimonyo lawo maboro.
A long time ago, the boys and the men learned things separately, in what we call the duol, and the girls learned from the women in the siwinde, and what each knew they kept to themselves. But now, we are all coming together and learning in the same forum. I think it is very good to revive our tradition in this way. It makes me happy that our community is changing, that we can talk about these things honestly and directly, especially to the girls, because back in my day, we didn't have AIDS. The mamanadada program has constructed a center in the village where, in addition to the sessions with elders and youth, they also run sessions just for girls, offer vocational training, and provide a safe space for youths to come together just for fun. But their work to empower girls and create an intergenerational dialogue about sexuality has forced the community to to grapple with how to simultaneously preserve its cultural traditions and adapt to the realities of the age of AIDS.
The Luos looked after three things. They looked after a girl, they looked after a woman, and they looked after land, because all these were the bank, they were investments. So it's true that they looked at the women. They still do look at women as their property. But AIDS has changed everything. That is true. So I would say that what we've been doing is actually having kind of a traditional revolution. We are trying to tell them that our traditions, they were there for a reason, and our traditions are really good. It is what kept us. It is the fabric that kept us together. But it's a difficult thing. You don't know what traditional things to bring into the new way and how it is going to mix and what is going to come out of it. So we are actually just taking it as we go. Sometimes I can see that the community sees that it is going too far, but at the same time, they love to have those girls who can stand up for themselves, who can look at people straight in the eye and say something. But when they look back to their traditions, which never allowed girls to look at people straight in the eye, because we were told when somebody's talking to you, you look down. They are confused about it, but at the same time, they like it. So it's this mixed feeling of it is good, but at the same time, is it really going to, is it taking too much away from us? So I think at some point they are going to settle in it and say that it is good to have an empowered girl, even though it is not what we are used to.